No, Nazith. We don't put words in my mouth here. Hi, I have abandonment issues and desire for blood. Yay! They didn't know what to do with their morning wood. Wait, hold on. This doesn't sound like a conspiracy at all. You're just trying to out me.
The conspiracy is that anime turns you into a turbo pervert.
I like this. This makes me happy inside. There's a chance of it leaking out. Maybe we should automate the nerds at Space Force.
Please don't say Damocles. Welcome to the Inter-Universal Brotherhood of Deep Secrets. We know everything you're going to say, but Xeno, we're going to give you a chance to try to entertain us and say it anyway. I'm sure you deeply related to Shinji, but why wouldn't Shinji just get in the damn robot and do what his father asked? Do you think Shinji felt like it was too much, like he was reverse aging back into his mother?
Oh, God! Oh, God! Wow! Fucking going strong straight away.
It's called Unbirth.
Oh my God! The fact that there's a thing named. Okay. The problem here is it's the patriarchy, right? So the patriarchy is what's truly caused Shinji to desire to regress and be the sad child pilot baby that he truly seeks to be. And in fact, if it wasn't for his lack of exposure to such amazing anime as crayon-drawn Shin-chan as a child, which he would have been allowed to watch had he had a mother, he would have in fact gotten in that robot because he would have been like, yay, giant robot! What shenanigans can I get up to with this? So yeah, it's 100% because his dad wouldn't let him watch crayon-drawn Shin-chan as a kid. He longs for what did you call it, Nazith? Unbirth? Rebirth? Redeath? Okay,
but let's face it, it wouldn't be his dad preventing him, it would be his nanny, because his dad is too busy abandoning him.
Yeah, his dad was never around.
Nazith, do you really think Gendo Ikari would pay for a nanny?
Yes.
You really think he would go that far? You really think he wouldn't just leave Shinji there on his own?
What do you think, is it Misato? What do you think Misato was? Basically a glorified nanny.
If Misato was the nanny that Gendo had hired, hi, I have abandonment issues and desire for blood.
Yeah, you're also talking about like a 12, 14-year-old version of yourself. Let's remember that.
I don't see how that's my.
She's getting a trip to wrong kind of Pound Town.
Should move on.
Well, Xeno, yes, since most anime is made in 2D, does that mean that their Earth is flat?
Oh my God! Oh my God, yes, and depending on which world we live in determines what that 2D Earth is sat atop of, right? If it is No Game, No Life, it is a Jenga tower. If it is Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, it's a server rack. If it's Chainsaw Man, it's very precariously stacked on top of a pile of really rusty garden tools. I feel tools is the right word here. You know, it's so it's 100% yes. It's so the weird thing is the only one that isn't actually on anything is Goblin Slayer, where it's on the floor but above it is a sword of Damocles. I think that's the correct term. That's just slowly getting closer, waiting to utterly destroy the thing.
I was almost impressed that you were going to use the sword of Damocles analogy correctly, and then I was utterly disappointed.
And then he whiffed it. He just whiffed it.
Did I?
Yes, the sword of Damocles is about danger, not about like an actual sword hanging above you.
Right, fair enough. I was just lied to as a youth.
All right. A very popular theory that I want to hear your thoughts on is that Ash from Pokemon is actually in a coma the entire time, hence why he never ages. Thoughts? Yeah,
100% true. He's actually rigged up to Sword Art Online. He's actually in Aincrad, but you see, what they thought would be a good idea would to try and simulate some sort of video game world so that he could at least experience a life outside of being in a coma. However, the problem was that he didn't really get to experience said life, so he didn't know what it was for him to age or anything like this. So he's been 10 years old for the last 25 years. He got to win the Pokemon Championship, but when he wakes up, he will have the sharp realization that Pokemon is just a video game, and he will probably just die.
Hey, to be fair, I'd want to live in the Pokemon world too.
Touche.
Speaking of anime characters that never should have been so tortured, what anime character should have been assassinated by the Deep State?
Oh, God. Oh, there's so many to choose.
And please don't say Damocles.
Oof. Sick burn. Who do I want to choose? Can I choose two? I want to choose two.
I will let you choose two.
Yay! Right, first off, Melty bitch from Rising of the Shield Hero. And second, Shao Tucker from Full Metal Alchemist.
Wow.
Yeah, so you really think I would go for someone else?
There were some others.
There's one other person. The guy that ultimately is Lucifer from Devilman Crybaby.
I had a very related one, but I'm not going to tell you what it was until later.
Xeno, which anime aliens built Stonehenge?
I want to say two. Okay. This is. I'm saying two because one of them can't possibly be a taboo because it's this season, which is the aliens from Dandadan. But I'm gonna say the Dryans from Tenshin Moyo because they first of all tried to experiment with rock technology and just found it wasn't good enough, and they kept with their wood. They kept with their sentient tree wood. Rocks were too stupid. Like, they don't know how Terry Pratchett managed to convince rocks to think, but like, you know, they were like, we can't do it. These trees are nothing.
Well, I'm sure they were figuring they just wanted to stay rock hard all the time.
Well, okay, here's one. If they went with stones, they didn't know what to do with their morning wood. Happy now?
Almost.
I've got one for you from Cyberpunk. There's a theory floating around that at the very end, David wasn't actually killed by Atom Smasher. What are your thoughts?
Yes, I like this. This makes me happy inside.
Any little bit of happiness.
I fucking love that series. You see, what it truly is that what's it called? Lucy, when she plugged into I don't want to do another Minecraft joke. when Lucy plugged into the net and, like, you know, started like playing the latest version of Night City Online, she didn't realize that she had slipped into an alternate telling of the narrative, and you know, everyone around her, it's basically the Elden Ring of Night City, and everyone just got, well, Dark Souls, everyone just got utterly murdered, and you know, she was just left all sad and junk, apart from this random driver who she'd never seen prior. However, she you know, after the experiences of all that, and you know, the moon doesn't exist, so like there's no way on earth she went to the moon.
Well, the moon's not on Earth, so of course it's not.
I know, right? Anyway, so she, and then eventually it says game over, and she took off the headset, or she unplugged from the game, and everyone was still alive and happy, and they went for pizza.
It's the opposite of your Pokemon theory. Everything's better outside of the virtual.
Yes, everything's better.
Everyone's still alive.
Everything is awesome.
I like that.
Oh my god. Nazeth, take the Cyberpunk Edge Runners trailer and put everything is awesome to it.
Oh my god. What have I done?
Right, I'm going to try and blitz through this as quick as possible so we can finish the show. Right, all money goes to the editors. If there's any extra money, then that will be spent on other video ventures, which ultimately goes to the editors. Currently, the funds just fall shy of paying for 2 episodes a month, which means the rest comes out of my pocket. Just $1 a month makes the difference, right? If, of course, you opt to choose the $15 a month, then you will become a mad lad / lass and will also be invited to join these episodes per month. Or if you decide not to, it's fine. And if that's not enough of an incentive, you get more questions that are exclusive to you in the actual main episode. And more often than not, they're not safe for YouTube, so monetization is forcibly turned off. Here is a snippet from this week's episode.
What anime creature would you erase from history in order to remove all the weird porn it has created?
Oh, fuck. That fucking... Is it Dryder? The fucking Dryder from... that's the one. Like, the Dryder in... Monster Girl Doctor, yeah, absolutely fine. No one has done anything weird with that one. The one from Monster Musume is just like, can we not, guys? Can we just not at all, ever? So, if you're incentivized, please go into the description where you'll find a link, or manually go to patreon.com/Xenogalion to support. Now on with the show.
Now, Xenogalion, we know that the aliens are out there. So was Kill la Kill really just an environmentalist sheen over a warning about using oil in our daily lives? You see, we all know oil is just decomposed dinosaurs, like threads from intergalactic super beings trying to conquer our lives.
What? That was so... Where was it? Hold on, repeat the question for me, because like you elaborated and I lost the question.
Was Kill la Kill really just an environmentalist retelling of why we shouldn't be using oil in our daily lives, where oil is clothes?
Yes, and right, Kill la Kill is the future. No, not future. Is the historic telling. It's the setting of Darling in the Franxx, right? This is what happens when you rely too heavily on fossil fuels. What's the Nazeth? You know, the group that keeps throwing oil on paintings and paint.
Is it Stop Oil Now or something like that?
Yeah, I think it's like Stop Oil. So basically, what Kill la Kill is doing is showing a better world, and people are following the teachings of Ryoko from Kill la Kill as, you know, the fundamentals of Stop Oil. 100%. Yeah,
I believe it.
Xeno, since giants are totally real, what is the largest anime woman that you found attractive?
I don't know, man. Wait, hold on. This doesn't sound like a conspiracy at all. You're just trying to out me.
The conspiracy is that anime turns you into a turbo pervert.
Oh my god.
I mean, that Xeno didn't need any help for that.
Yeah, I mean, they're putting the etch into the anime and turning the weebs into degenerates.
Do you understand that? Serious crap.
What's the largest female? I'm trying hard to think here. Ooh, I genuinely don't know how tall she was, but it's the female character from Appraisal Skill anime. It's currently airing this season. It had a first half like a couple of seasons ago. There is a woman in there, and I think she's like 8 foot, 9 foot tall, or some crazy number. She's massive. That's like I see I see Mount Lady, and I'm just like, no, just no. And then you're looking at the Titans from Attack on Titan, and you're just like, your skin's all fucked up and everything, and just like, no.
Plus, they don't have genitals, you know.
I mean, I'm dude. I look beyond that. I look beyond.
He's fine with that. That's the part that he's attracted to.
No, Nazeth. We don't put words in my mouth here, right?
You put other things in your mouth.
Anyway, but yeah. So I think the lady from the anime I've vaguely described.
So, in Death Note, do you think after Light Yagami's death, he was reincarnated as a Shinigami?
Oh god, I try not to think about fucking Death Note. Yes, and he did it on a dare. Like he was promised all the apples he could get his mitts on, and then when he did actually end up being a Shinigami, he discovered there were no apples, and Ryuk lied to him. He was like, "Oh, you lying bastard! There are no apples here at all. I've been lied to." Like that's the whole reason why Light became Kira, so that he could go to the Shinigami world and get all the apples. That's true reason.
The apples were a lie.
Yep, all orchestrated by Ryuk, the bastard.
Oh.
And not only that, but it turns out Ryuk's actually L.
So everyone could see L because everyone had touched a death note that Ryuk had put around?
No. L becomes Ryuk when L dies, right?
So he replaced Ryuk's consciousness?
No. It's time travel shit. If you look at the start of Death Note, there is a Shinigami that turns up to talk to Ryuk that looks and has the same clothes as Light when Light dies. That is where the theory of Light it turns into a Shinigami when he dies. But the concept of time is sort of like ephemeral.
Timey-wimey.
Yeah. In the Shinigami world. So if it doesn't matter when L dies, Ryuk exists across all time. Yeah, with me. Yeah, good.
I'm not with you, but I understand what you're saying. I don't have to play the improv game.
Fair.
Speaking of which, what anime accidentally makes the best argument for us living in a simulation?
I got one coming to mind because of how fucked up it is. That's the manga, though. Fuck, I'm gonna say it anyway. Berserk. Berserk shows us how fucked up the world is, right? How fucked up the world could be, right? And the fact is, the world ain't nearly that fucked up. So clearly, we have to be living in a simulation because if the world could perceivably be that fucked up and just for some reason isn't that fucked up, we've got to be living in a simulation.
Well, what if we're just beyond that part of our history when it's that messed up?
No, that doesn't make sense. Also, we've got Sword Art Online. It only makes sense for us to conceive of a virtual reality inside of a virtual reality.
Well, because you can just move from one level of the virtual reality to another.
Yeah.
Okay, Xeno, which anime shovels a similar amount of bullshit as History Channel's Ancient Aliens?
Okay. The Eminence in Shadow.
Ding, 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 ding.
Fuck it.
Spires. Kadebu.
It was worth it. It was fucking worth it. Yeah, the Eminence in Shadow. Like the sheer volumes of bullshit that anime shovels is like we need to automate this somehow. We need to, like, vent it out into space or some shit like this. It's like, you know, we need to create a special agency for the amount of space agency for the volume of bullshit that the Eminence and Shadow produces. 100%.
Well, you know, I think they did actually make a space agency for this. The United States Space Force was founded 1 year precisely after the Eminence and Shadow came out.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Right? So they're not actually going to release the Eminence and Shadow movie. What they're going to do is they're going to get all the footage, all the raw material, right? All the individual pages that, you know, they sketched out on and everything. They're going to get it all, shove it in a pod, and then launch it out into space. Never to be seen by human eye. Ever. Nazeth.
So just all the nerds at the Space Force have to watch it?
No, I don't think they have to watch it. There's a chance of it leaking out. Maybe we should automate the nerds at Space Force. See, what we'll do is we'll hook them up to what's called virtual reality headsets, and they think they're experiencing the Eminence in Shadow movie, but they're not. And it's all generated by ChatGPT, while secretly a secret organization founded in Japan, so secretive no one knows their name, will actually collect all the material, take it to Space Force in the US, and then launch the rocket, and then they'll unplug all the nerds at Space Force.
So it's not a Japanese anime, but we'll go to Avatar: Last Airbender. Do you think Katara's mom was killed because of Hama's escape with bloodbending, and they didn't want to take any risks?
Oh, that's a really good idea. At the same time, I also feel it's just the case of like they're too scared of drowning. Like, you know, it's just like Fire Nation, like they're like, oh, we're too proud to learn how to swim. We don't swim. We make boats. And then it's like, well, your boats are useless if the water's on top of them. Oh no, our one weakness. Water above the boats. And then they drown. You know, so the Fire Nation struck first, making sure that their boats would stay on top of the water. There we go.
Thank you for the reminder that we should have exterminated Universe 7 after the last Inter-Universal Tournament. And bye.
Wait, what? Which one am I in?
7.
Fuck